It's kind of a long story, so where do I begin? Hey everyone, so I just came on to talk to you about kind of, if you're wondering what is going on with my program. For those of you who don't know, hopefully you guys can hear me on these headphones. I've never done a video like this before. What's going on with my program due to the recent situation. So for those of you who don't know, I am a dietetic intern, completing my internship through the University of Florida program. I'm wearing a Florida State hat right now, but also I'm doing this video because I know some of you might be curious about what medical students and health professional students are going through. I know I was really curious about it, how it affected my program and how it affected the trajectory of other health professional students. I reached out, I was curious about the vet school and nursing, and I reached out to my friend who's in the med school at UF to see how they're handling the program. It's kind of a long story, so where do I begin? Our program is, if you don't know, if you're new to my videos, it's 1.5 years of, just checking if anyone's coming, 1.5 years of master's classes and then 6 months of internship. So we had just completed all of the classes and we're doing the 6-month internship right now. We started in January. We already did the community portion last summer, so summer 2018, summer 2019, we did community rotation, and then in January into February, I'm just looking, there's so many, they're love bugs, hopefully they're love bugs. January was food service, January to February is food service, and then February into March, the first week of March, we did general clinical. Then we had our 1-week spring break. After spring break, we were scheduled to go back to the hospital and do our critical care rotation and then move on to our electives. So we were on spring break. I was only expected to be away from school for a week. I had gone to Nashville and I only planned on actually being home where I am now for 3 days. By the time this video goes up, it will be over a month that I've been home. I'm not prepared for it. So that Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yeah, of spring break, our director contacted us and said, no, we're gonna move on as scheduled. And we were all like, what? Like, moving on as scheduled. Yeah, Wednesday of spring break, that was like March 8th, 9th, I think. It was March 10th. Oh my gosh, it's such a pretty bird. It's like a green bird. Hashtag nature. So March 10th, she told us to stay home, or no, to go back. March 11th, she was like, well, you were all just on spring break. We're all lollygagging around on our spring break plans. By the way, I just want to reiterate that our spring break was at a time when things were not super heavy yet, for lack of a better words. They were right before everything happened. You know, I went to Nashville for spring break and all the restaurants were still open. It was like as if there was no virus going on. And then within a matter of days, things happened. Things blew up. And when I went to Nashville, there were no reported cases in all of Tennessee. So I made sure that before I even went. But yeah, that's the reason we were told to quarantine for 2 weeks before we were even allowed back into the hospitals, just for the fact that we were all around outside of the city where the hospitals are. 2 weeks, that was great. I actually was feeling sick, but it turned out not to be anything. It was maybe for a week. So I wasn't planning on heading back into the hospital for 2 weeks anyways, but then luckily we got notice to quarantine, so I was kind of back on path with my periods. Then we're in quarantine for 2 weeks, and then so we were supposed to go back last week. We were just going back last week, and our director was like, all right, she emailed me and the other intern that's at the hospital I'm at, and was like, okay, you guys are cleared, you're ready to go back. And one by one, the other interns at the other hospitals in my program were at 4 different hospitals spread around. And one by one, we all got the notification that we can head back to the hospitals. And in our group text, we're like, we don't feel comfortable doing that, going back to the hospitals. We're just, not even for our own health, but also we're just extra people that, and as dietetic interns, we didn't feel that we were essential to go back. So we had a meeting and how things would move forward. Essentially what I've been doing at home. So basically we're still scheduled to graduate on time. I'm expected to graduate August 8th, 2020. So that is in, oh my gosh, 4 months, literally 4 months from, less than 4 months by the time this video goes up. It's crazy. So in order to do that, we need to be working 40 hours a week like we normally would. And to do that, we've just been given a lot of case studies to work on, and of different disease states and how we would handle those problems I'm giving were an in-service on mechanical ventilation and nutrition and the impacts it has on nutrition this week. So I've been doing research on that. We've been doing calculations on tube feeding, so it's just like a lot of extra work in place of actually being in the hospital. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of sad because as a dietetic intern, I mean, I know I have been looking forward to being in the hospital and starting the internship since undergrad. Like, you work so hard to be in these internships, and they're so competitive to get into. And then once my internship actually started, it's like it stopped before it barely even started. As of now, I had 2 elective rotations, and I don't know how I'll be completing those. They're supposed to start next week. One of them is supposed to start next week. Yeah, so we're still expected to graduate on time. I know a lot of other people, or a lot of dietetic internships, this is from my director, told us that they are not going to be able to graduate on time. They're just putting their program on hold and expecting them to, continue where they left off and graduate in the fall as opposed to summer. But that costs a lot of extra money. That's extra money in rent, and we are already paid for this tuition, so it's a sticky situation there. Yeah, let me see if I forgot anything. It's mostly just been online. It's just been a lot of up in the air. As of now, I don't know when I'll be able to go back to the hospital, especially since electives start next week. One of my electives is actually at that hospital in a month, so I'm hoping in a month I can go back, but it's still nobody knows. It really, that should be in May, so hopefully I'll be able to go back to the hospital in May. But I did get I'm really trying to look at the positives here, I did get a lot of experience in general clinical. It was, I learned a lot, and that's what I was really looking forward to. I was supposed to actually be in the ICU this past month, so for critical care. So, and I bet I really would have learned a lot in there, but ICUs are pretty crazy right now, and they don't need an extra person who really can't do much because I don't have a license, so I can't be practicing. And they don't really need anyone who shouldn't really be practicing in the ICUs right now. So, I forgot to say this before, but we were originally given the option to either go back and sit in the office and do all of our nutrition counseling and assessments via phone calls into the patient's rooms. And a lot of us didn't feel like that was necessary traveling to do that and to sit in the office and to be risking walking past so many people every day in the hospital. So so right now we're all like home, and we've been quarantining, and we're just social distancing, and we're being really, really healthy. We're healthy people and individuals, so we're really taking all precautions. And so that's where I'm at. I've been going on walks, when I'm on my walks, keeping distance. That's something I really enjoyed before we had to social distance and before the gyms were closed. So it's really nice. And taking a break from reality and listening to music and going on a walk. But yeah, and also YouTube videos. That's why I'm filming this one, because I really do like editing videos, and I wanted to give you guys an update on how I'm completing my internship during this time. So if you guys have any requests for videos right now, I don't want to make too many related to this, but I can't do too many cooking videos right now just because I don't really want to waste food. And follow my food Instagram, because when I'm able to post healthy recipes or whatever I'm baking, I always post it on there. So if you want healthy ideas, go ahead and do that. But I don't know, if you have any questions about dietetic internships, congratulations to everyone. It was just match day. So if you recently got matched to a dietetic internship, I'm super proud of you and congratulations. And I have some videos about that going up soon, but if you have anything about the dietetic internship process you have questions about, or just kind of like my routine, daily routine, I don't know, whatever you guys want, leave me a comment below what you guys are thinking, any questions you have, videos you want to see, and kind of what you guys are going through right now. I like to hear about things, that how people are handling the situation. I'm really hoping my graduation isn't canceled in August, and I'm supposed to go to a concert in July, and it's for my favorite band with my best friend. It's both of our favorite bands, and we got really good seats, and we're so excited to go. So it's in July, like late July. So hopefully we can still go ahead and go to that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you liked it and like to see more like it. Subscribe so you never miss any new video, and follow me on social media. Links are below. Stay safe and well, and take care of yourself. Until next time, bye.